Hi everyone, welcome to Fiddle, where we gather around the table to review and fiddle around with board games because that's what we enjoy doing. In today's video, we will be reviewing Heat Pedal to the Metal. It's a 1 to 6 player intuitive hand management game. It puts players in the driver's seats of intense car races. Published by Days of Wonder and designed by Asger Harding Graneru and Daniel Skjold Peterson. We apologize ahead of time if we butchered the name. Today we have here people from the community, from our local community. We have...
Hi, I'm Martin.
I'm Marc.
I'm Dan.
Marc with a K.
So Marc again. And my name is David. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow, support our social media channels. No one's forcing, but hey, we gotta start somewhere. Let's go.
We can use the like.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about the artwork, the components, the production quality, the complexity of the game, and the overall experience of playing this game, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So I think we could start with the artwork at first. Well, personally, I think the artwork is right for the theme. Don't you guys think that's right? Yeah, this is a racing game, and personally for me, I don't really play a lot of racing games, but this one really caught my interest. So when you look at the cards, the cars symbols are there. When you look at the board, the track looks gorgeous. And even the tiles, right, with the weather, really speaks to the theme of racing. Well, how about you guys?
So I'll add to that the artwork fits the theme. So for a racing game, I believe, like for example, the U.S. circuit, it takes inspiration to the Texas part of USA, and then as you can see, it's like the game is played on a desert.
That's true.
So that's one of the components that I like.
Yeah, and if you look at the cards themselves, they have good quality. You can see that different cards with different colors also have different visible symbols in them and designs as well. That's true. And you could also see even the heat and the stress cards look good.
Yeah, I think the only cons I have with I don't have any cons with the artwork, more of like the icons. Like, I think it takes a little bit of time to get used to, especially the icons on the player board.
Yeah, and aside from that one, we also have other icons that could have used a player reference card.
That's true. Yeah,
right? That's true.
Yeah, I think I agree. But for me, I love how they chose this kind of artwork. For me, it has the vintage comic feels where the colors are kind of not too popped out. And I love how they chose this, and the details are amazing as well.
That's true.
Yeah, it's perfect for me for the theme that they are going for.
Yeah. There are some other cons for me though when it comes to components, like the cars are a bit small and can break over time, right? If you accidentally step on it.
I mean, it fits the boards, well, the tracks, but yeah, I guess they are too small.
Yeah,
compared to Ticket to Ride.
That's true. Compared to their other games, right?
Yeah.
And the gear stick can be too thin. Can be broken easily, and also the player boards themselves are a bit too thin though. Yeah, but overall, I would agree with the vibrant colors. It's there, and the design of the track looks really good as well. Yeah. Anything to say?
Yeah, I want to add that the way that they did and chose this artwork for me, it's kind of like the movie Ford versus Ferrari, where you were on a very old
dusty
year where it's that kind of
like vintage.
Yeah, vintage.
Something
like
like that.
Feel for me. Yeah, those kind of cars, those old cars, and then that's what I love about it.
That's true. Feeling stressed?
Need a boost?
Beat the heat with Sunday Brew's Cold Brew Coffee. For orders and inquiries, message us on Facebook and Instagram at SundayBrewPH. Again, that's at SundayBrewPH.
Okay, so how about the complexity of the game? What do you guys think about that?
I say it's fairly easy to learn. For those players with less experience in board games, if they play this, I think they would learn this fairly quickly.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like as most Days of Wonders games, wherein they tend to lean to more on gateway games to intermediate games. So this is easy to learn for new gamers and not too boring for the veteran ones.
Yeah.
True, true.
I would say though that even though it is fairly easy to learn, but I would not like I don't like the how they place these icons in the board. It's hard to understand without someone telling you what those are.
Yeah.
These are very small, and the icons are not really easy to understand.
Yeah.
It's not clear actually, like what we said earlier, like the flow of a player's turn.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, you get it once you play it, but at the start, it's a little bit confusing.
That's true. There's a bit of a learning curve.
So that's why we said that it needs a player aid.
It would be nice if they have like at the back just some kind of
Guide.
Guide,
Oh,
yeah, the back,
that's
yeah.
true.
icons.
I see. Yeah.
Especially since when you play this game, you have to go through several steps per player. So it would really help if there is a bit of a reminder. But if you play the game continuously enough, you would get it right away though. So
Yes.
Yeah.
I think with a given complexity, I would agree with that. It's kind of on the easier side. And it's a very family-friendly kind of game. So
Yeah,
I think even the casual players and even your relatives who have never touched a board game before could get into this.
I mean, Days of Wonders are known for these types of games, like
That's
I don't know, gateway-ish, medium types of games.
Yeah.
I mean, Ticket to Ride, yeah,
Yeah.
Small world.
Small World, yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
And even with repeat plays, you could always add in other modules to
Mhm.
spice things up, right? When you get to play this.
Yes, modules.
That's
yeah.
true. We have the weather modules. We have modules that allow you to control the AI cars. We have even a championship module where you get to race across different tracks. So it kind of changes up things a little bit, right?
The different maps or tracks
That's true.
makes it more of a whole new experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
It adds to the playability.
Yeah. So although it can be a quite easy game, but after 5 to 10 plays, you could always add other modules to the mix in order for you to have a bit of a different experience. We've tried the weather module when we played this game, and it was quite interesting how variable the track can become. Yeah, some parts of the track become slippery, for example. Some parts
when it's
become more
raining.
difficult. That's true. Diba? And aside from that one, it really helps in terms of the decisions that you make. With more modules added onto this, the way that you would race around the track would be a bit different than the last track, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so there will be talking about complexity still. I kind of like the strategizing and playing it because it's kind of easy since you only have your hands, the cards in your hands, and then the gears which will determine how many cards that you want to play.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
it's not really that hard to strategize and to think. You just just prepare with the gears and then the cards that you have.
That's true.
How would you describe the gameplay? This is card management, right? Or hand management? How?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
You really have to manage your heat cards, which is, of course, represents the heat in your engine. You can use this to boost your car. You can use this to pay for other things. And you also have to manage your stress cards, which add a little bit of randomness, just as you would expect in a race, right? Because when you are a driver, you can't really expect that everything goes your way.
Yeah.
You're gonna be stressed literally.
Just like when you
That's
are in
true.
a Formula One race.
Just what happened to me a while ago. Yeah, they gave me a really big stress.
Yeah.
We played this before we shot the video.
Team-wise, it makes sense. Everything makes sense.
Yeah. So it's not really a very deterministic kind of game. There is some element of randomness to it, though.
The heat mechanics of the game actually adds to on how you strategize the game.
That's
so
true.
how do you use heat now or for later? You balance it out throughout the game. So that's one of the main playing mechanics of this game.
Yeah, I like how you have to balance it out with your gear, the number of cards that you play, the amount of heat that you have. And of course, looking into some of the corners, for example, that you have to go through.
Yeah.
So there is that crunchy decision making, even though overall the game is quite easy.
Yeah, I agree. You have that decision if you want to go full blown,
Yeah.
overheat, or just take it slow. And
That's
then,
true.
just, you know.
I also would like to add the catch-up mechanic of the game. It's
Ah,
really nice because
yeah.
even though you are the last
Even though you're
last
losing,
car in this round or in this lap, in the next lap, you can still catch up.
That's
You can
true.
still win actually.
That's
Yeah.
Especially with the mechanics of
The adrenaline.
the one you can
The
boost.
slipstream.
Yeah,
Slipstream.
slipstream. That's a really a nice mechanic which can add the thrill to the game.
Yeah, it kind of adds tension because even though you're first in the track, you don't really know if you're gonna win.
Yes.
Right?
So that's why you have to be smart on where you position your car, or when do you use this certain
Car.
speed, since people can catch up. For example, they're behind you, and then you use this amount of speed. People can easily catch up to you, so you have to be smart on that.
That's
Yeah, you also have to be smart on storing your heat cards
Yes.
since it can also go an advantage to you when playing the game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. One of the cons that I found though when it comes to these mechanics is when it comes to the stress. So when you play a stress card on your turn, what you would do is you would get a random card from your deck, and depending on the card that comes out, if the card has a speed symbol on it, you put it on top of the stress card and add that value to your overall speed. Now, sometimes that works really well because it adds to the tension. You don't really know how fast you're going for that round. But other times, even though it's called a stress card, it can actually work to your advantage. Because sometimes there are some cards that you could discard, just like your heat cards, for example, that supposedly clutter your hand, but for that round, go to your discard pile, right? So sometimes that can be a con for me. Sometimes people can just play all of their stress cards to avoid all the heat that is in their deck, right?
Yes.
But some might argue that getting the heat out will help you in future rounds, right? In terms of boosting and other things.
I believe those strategies are more dependent on the circuit you're using.
Yeah, that's
For
true.
example, there are circuits that needs you to exhaust all your heat, and there are circuits, for example, the Italia circuit, wherein you need to boost really fast. So you need to store all your heat, and you need to store all your heat before the
long track.
the long track from the
Yeah.
circuit.
It's also nice to store it, especially when you don't want to crash when there's a corner.
Yeah.
Corner check. So
I think that's another pros. Yeah, like you said, like it depends on when to use the stress cards or
Yeah.
heat cards because the game actually comes with 4 maps. Yeah, 4 maps. Different.
I think there's Italia, there's USA,
there's
Great
France.
Britain, and France.
Yeah. So for playability, it's there, and yeah, like the stress cards. There's a little bit of luck when drawing them, but that's the thing. You can manage that luck based on what do you call this?
Yeah, based on the cards that you
Cards.
draw.
Yeah, based on the cards you
Based
draw,
on the gear that
the
you're
gear
in.
and the number of heat cards that you have.
That's true.
Yeah.
So overall, it kind of balances itself out when it comes to gameplay, right? Okay, although there are some, moments where you might have a harder time catching up, but with a good catch-up mechanics, you are able to do so if you manage your hand well.
Yes.
So, what other experiences do you guys have with this game?
For me, the game time is just right. It's just perfect. It's not too long that it gets too boring.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think because we're just five
Five players.
and then it's not too short as well. So for me, the experience is just the right intense where you get pressured and then get the game gets heated,
Heated up.
yeah, get heated up, and then yeah,
And it's easy to set up.
Yeah, that's
one
true.
thing,
It's,
but
it's
another
easy to
pro
set
the
up,
game, yeah.
easy to clear out of the table. It doesn't overstay its welcome. So
Okay.
that's a good thing.
And for the experience as well, I'll have to add that the overall experience of the game actually lets you experience like you're a real driver or
Yeah.
you won a race.
Yeah.
For example, not to brag, I won the previous game.
Whoa!
I won the previous game, and it felt like I really won the game, like I'm playing on a video game or watching people play, people race on the TV and that.
Yeah.
So the overall experience is you're a real race car, but in a board game form.
It distills the essence of a real car race.
Yes.
The suspense, the action behind the wheel.
Yeah, and I've felt that kind of tension in other games as well. Like for example, Long Shot also gave us
Long
that
Shot,
same
yeah.
tension, right? And I heard that other racing games could
Yes.
also give you that, but this one really helps in terms of its theme, in terms of its gameplay. It really sets itself differently from those other games that I mentioned.
Yeah. Correct.
So, who would you give this game to if you were to buy this for Christmas? You know, Christmas is coming up. Who is this game for?
I would say for people who likes to gamble, who likes to use their luck, they would really like this game.
That's true. How about you?
For people who are not very, but competitive, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have that adrenaline rush for a race, competing against
I mean,
others.
if your game group are competitive, are mostly competitive players, then this is a good game.
That's true.
Yeah.
You could-
For me, I believe we can give it to people like casual players.
Uh-huh.
For example, people who like party games. This could be a step up to the usual
introduction,
games they play.
That's true.
Because it has the mechanics, the exciting mechanics like all party games have.
Yeah.
But with a little crunchier decision to make during the game.
That's true.
Mm.
So you can see people standing up, looking over
Yes.
the board,
Yes.
getting excited over the
Yes.
next round, especially when it comes to the last lap, right?
Yes.
So,
Which
yeah.
as Martin told, the game is not that long, so people with lower retention to games can really just look at it and have fun as well, even though they're bystanders.
Yeah, we were able to do this in an hour, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and there were five. Yeah, there were 5 of us, so it's a 5. What's the max player of
It
this
can
one?
scale up to
6.
6.
Scale up to 6. Yeah, we were 5 players, and we're still able to play it within an hour. So
Yeah, but there is a learning curve in the first few games, okay? But after that hurdle, it will be a very quick game, very fun, and yeah, I think that's it. So overall, how would you rate this game from 1 to 5?
I'll go first. I would say around 4.5, I think, because I can say that this game is on high demand, and I would say I don't doubt that.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you often see it in the lists of different people online, right?
yeah, it's really hard to get.
Yeah, I agree with that. Same as him. I rate it as a 4.5. As this is my first time playing racing theme board game, and playing this twice is really fun, especially with you guys. That, especially when we have like those sales talk, pushing each other and then convincing. That kind of for me it's fun. It's something that it's not really too that will hurt your brain cells.
That's true.
Yeah, just a pure fun, just a quick and really good one to start the game or end the game with a little pressure but not too much. Yeah, just the right spots.
For me, how I rate games is actually how I enjoy it, and my wife and most people that I usually play it. And so how do we if we put the game again on the table? So for me, it's a 5 out of 5.
Oh,
Since
wow.
I can see this being played a lot, especially with the modules and all. So replayability wise, you can play it without getting bored from this gun. But bottom line is this game is easy to learn and then fun to watch, and yeah, that's it.
It's also easy to set up.
Easy to
Yeah.
set up.
Yeah.
I would agree with the ratings. I would give it a 4.5 out of 5 because it really puts you in the shoes of a racer.
Yeah.
Right? And it really helps you experience the tension and the stress, that a racer experiences around the track. There are a few things, components-wise that could have been improved.
Yeah.
Maybe in terms of the expansions, I am looking into future expansions for this game. Hopefully it can be a bit crunchier, a bit heavier. But overall, with the copy that we have right now, it is 4.5 out of 5, which is really good already.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. I would rate, actually, I think I have the same rating as well, 4.5. I think you guys said what the same thing that's on my mind actually. So I don't have anything else to add. I guess I guess something to improve on would be the guide. Yeah, the guide. Guide.
Player reference.
Player reference, yeah.
So I think that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed our thoughts on Heat Pedal to the Metal. So if you like this video, kindly share it to the people that you know. And we would like to hear your thoughts in the comment section as well. So as always, go out there, play some games, and hopefully we see you in the community. Bye.
Bye.